Alrighty there guys, this is Swift. Sorry about the last video, I wasn't keeping track of the time. It's a bit random. I'm just finishing up this race. I'm just recording it all in big 10-minute slots so it's done quicker. I might not do this for Zero Gravity though, I might try and find something a bit more, well, less random to work with. But like I said in the last video, there is a shortcut you can take with speed of flight characters in this course. Obviously in the first lap with Knuckles you saw me go up a ramp. Well, if you actually go a little bit more to the left and you manage to avoid those green spinning thingies, there is actually another shortcut. Well, I consider it a shortcut anyway. Seems much quicker than going on the ramp and then turning around and trying to avoid those robots. Yeah. Next cutscene, Sonic's showing off like usual. Tails and Knuckles are in complete and utter awe. It's not that impressive.
Cool, Sonic! When did you learn those techniques?
Not very
Tails are just being
impressive
Tails.
for someone of your
Oh my god,
reputation.
Sonic, you're so awesome. Oh, this is one of my favourite cutscenes for a specific reason. Listen.
No, I've checked you out actually. Not bad. I admit you're pretty
Jet's
fast
just,
on your feet.
I think Jet's the first openly gay Sonic character for that. There's so many ways you could just take that line and make it into something it isn't.
Without wings, well,
Come on, he actually did say he checked Sonic out. I know he actually meant he was checking out his moves before anyone starts. But god, he checked Sonic out, damn it.
Who does he think he is?
Sorry. Sonic is already dated
well, I don't
Knuckles.
think he's all talk, you know.
Please try again
I gotta
later.
be on my toes during this competition.
Fucking hate that line.
Anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Tells us emo because he just remembered that Wave was a bitch to him. And no one's allowed to be a bitch to Tails, no one.
Hey, Tails, you always do your best, so
I
don't
like
worry.
Wave. She went and did the unthinkable. She was a bitch to Tails.
Sonic, don't worry.
She told
I'll
Tails he
unlock the secret of the
sucked.
extreme gears for you.
I like Tails for the record, but I also like Wave as well, just for having the sheer guts to just put down an 8-year-old like that. Even if Tails is a genius and pretty much has the mental age of an adult. Even older than Sonic, I think. Even older than Knuckles. Green Cave! Tails is gonna get revenge now on Wave for being a bitch to him. Sonic the hero storyline of Riders actually makes a bit more sense than the Babylon one in terms of the gameplay that is in between. You'll see what I mean when I do Babylon story. Hey, Ride. La 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 la. First cock up. I do get there eventually. I don't get there in the first lap or the second. I do get there in the third. Oopsie daisy. That's a very good shortcut to use. If you manage to use that shortcut, gets you ahead by a little bit. So I would recommend using it. Basically, just perform quite a high jump and you're there. You've got it. You're in that bloody spider web. Hate spiders. That spider web is quite handy. Well, those spider webs are quite handy. And that shortcut's also very handy if you're a flight character. La 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 la. Yeah. And I cock up again. Oh, just like me. Zoom, zoom. Up we go. This course is actually one of the easiest courses, particularly because you've got a flight character, and the flight character I think is the easiest type of character to do this course with. So basically Tails, Wave, Rouge, Cream, any of those sort of characters They're very good on a course like this, where there's a lot of flight shortcuts that you can use. I think you can adjust with just about any type. Just learning where the shortcuts are, and I've always been prone to being used to the flight type on this level. It's just me. I'm about to do it this time. I think at the time I actually managed to do that, I went, thank fuck for that. Doing, doing. And that's a wrap for that stage. Well, yeah. That's a wrap for that race, I should say. Wave, you got owned. Oh no, you will never diss Tails again. Not unless you want an arse whooping again. But that gave Wave's ego a real bashing. I think Wave has got an ego, I think. Alright, now we're already at the last stage. There's only 4 competitors left in the race. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles and Jet. So much for Wave and Storm being equally as good as Jet. Or, well, not equally as good, but these racers, they're hot. The best I could find. Well, Eggman's not been looking very well. I mean, Jet was flipping good, but you know, if Wave and Storm were beat by Tails and Knuckles, well, who've never been on Extreme Gear before, well, can't be that good. Anyway, this is what bothers me about the Chaos Emeralds I mentioned in the first part. They're all sitting there, right? They're just all sitting there, helpless. And even Sonic's about to put his down. I mean, if Eggman's nearby, you don't fucking put them down where he could probably reach them. And, you know, take them. And that's another thing, why the fuck didn't Eggman take him when he went after... Well, I'll leave that until after the race, actually. Which will probably be in the next part, I'll talk about it a bit more. There's just so many things that bug me about the story. Mind you, there'll be plenty of people who probably come in and say, oh, it's fine. The only thing I haven't complained about so far, you may have noticed, is Sonic on a board. Yeah, I'm not complaining about it. Why not? Because, I don't know, I have a fucking weird thing for hoverboards, I like them. Even if they don't actually exist in our time, or whatever. They only really, at the moment, exist in ideas and found, like, stories and stuff, and video game. I like it. But I don't like the idea of Sonic being slower when he's off the board. I mean, at least in Sonic and Sega, you know, at least in the Sonic and Sega All-Stars racing, they explained why Sonic was in a car. Because if he was on his feet, it would be too unfair. And I always assume the same applied to Shadow. Which is why Shadow might be on a motorbike. At least that game explained it, though. And that game is actually really good as well. So if you haven't bought it yet, pick it up. I really recommend it. It's a really good game. I mean, there are a few gripes I have, like, well, the overabundance of Sonic courses that pretty much all seem to be based on the same level near enough, the same 3 levels from Sonic Heroes. Could have based it on a few more stages other than that, but, you know, it's still a bloody good game. I still recommend it. But in this, there's really no explanation for why he's running slow when he's off his board, unless he's trying to, again, like it said in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, like they said in All-Stars Racing, maybe he's trying to do it fairly, win fair and square on his board. But that doesn't explain the beginning cutscene why he had to use a fucking extreme gear to catch up to Jet. Why couldn't he use his own 2 feet? That kind of indicates that his own 2 feet is not fast enough. It's one of the fastest things alive. But yeah, again, I won't complain too much about that story aspect compared to a few other things.